Xi Jinping's grip on power is tighter than ever. I was there as he cemented his third term as leader at China's Communist Party Congress. It's rare for journalists to be this close to China's most powerful leader in recent history. It started over a week earlier at a fenced-off hotel in Beijing, where we had to quarantine before going into the Great Hall of the People. With their zero-tolerance COVID policy, we did multiple PCR tests, all dining done behind barriers, masks mandatory. The next day, the official opening press conference. The people giving it appeared only on a video screen. Most of the foreign journalists here are actually visitors, part of a program organized and paid for by the government to get more China stories out into the world. Pierre Chemet works at a newspaper in Cameroon. He told us how he's come to admire China, its development, and Xi as a leader. Much of Chinese politics operates behind closed doors, making big political gatherings like this closely watched. Xi Jinping gave a speech about the party's achievements, 104 minutes long, and warned of challenging times ahead. The biggest applause when he said Taiwan will be a part of mainland China, even if it means taking the island by force. Xi didn't mention the U.S. by name, but said security and safety at least 70 times. Days later, October 19th, we're back at the quarantine hotel ahead of the closing ceremony and the key Meet the Press event that would put us in the same room with Xi. COVID protocols went into overdrive with double PCR testing every day.
This is Tiananmen Square. Forbidden City is over there, and right across the street is the Great Hall of the People.
Political events in China are highly choreographed and predictable. The pageantry and protocol, even the way the tea is poured, nothing appears out of order. So on closing day, when we were led into the auditorium a half hour late, it was a hint that something had gone off script. On the stage, sitting next to Xi Jinping, is former Paramount leader Hu Jintao. Beside him, Li Jianshu, a longtime party official. His chair is turned toward Hu, possibly trying to talk to him. Files are being moved around, out of Hu's reach. Why? That's the big question. In the next moment, Hu Jintao is helped to leave the political stage, trading words with Xi before he goes. Hu's allies staring straight ahead. Was Hu ill or defiant? Was he purged? Pick your theory, we'll probably never know. Cameras captured it, but none of this mysterious exit appeared in Chinese state media. In its own way, the empty chair beside Xi Jinping might mark the beginning of one-man rule. And the next day, when the press was invited back to the Great Hall to meet the new leadership, Xi's parade of loyalists confirmed that his power is uncontested and complete.
Janis, Mackey, Frayer is joining us now live from Beijing. Beyond fascinating, Janis, beyond, to see what you had to go through, to see what it was like in the room, the intrigue, all of this. I wonder if you can share a little bit as you pull back the curtain on how, as an American journalist, you're thinking about covering this unprecedented third term from Xi. You know, how do you get, you don't really get access to the Chinese leader the way that we might get access to our president here in the United States.
Never. And it's why there's so much nuance involved, watching every word that's said, how things are phrased, whether policy statements or speeches are similar or different from ones given even years before. Even body language is being analyzed. And Hallie, that will probably become more important in the years to come as Xi Jinping's singular dominance moves China more toward political uncertainty, where so much power, all the power really, lies with one person. And that one person has surrounded himself with advisors and officials who are not going to disagree with him. So creating this echo chamber that's going to have an impact on the economy here, the world's second largest economy, having an impact on COVID rules and how long they stay in place, having an impact on the relationship with the United States, which is already very strained and is only going to change if Xi Jinping wants it to. And because of this fixation that's necessary for every move and word, it's why those few moments around Hu Jintao were so remarkable. Were we supposed to see it? Was it planned that way? Because if we weren't in the room, we would have never known that it had happened, because not a frame of it appeared on Chinese state media. On the news that night, you saw Hu Jintao. It's not like he was erased from all of the coverage, but there he was beside Xi Jinping, and then all of a sudden there was the empty chair, and there was never any explanation. And it was only much later on the Twitter feed of a Xinhua news reporter that there was this suggestion that Hu Jintao was ill, but he was feeling better now. And there's been no mention of it since. So this intrigue continues, and we may never have any of the answers, but what we do know is that there was a political earthquake of sorts this past week that we're going to feel the aftershocks for years to come. Hallie?
Janis, Mackey, Frayer, live for us in Beijing. I'm so glad you're on the ground for us there. Thank you very much for those insights into what it's like to cover that regime in China.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.